Tomahawk TV News, Montague County's only newscast, coming at you from Nocona High School.
Welcome back to Tomahawk TV News, Montague County. I bet you're wondering, where did the young pale-faced redhead go? Well, doing someone else's segment. This week, each group has traded segments. So yeah, I'm your anchor this week, alongside with Alex Sampson. Let's see how this goes. Before we move on, here's a friendly school reminder. No hats in the building. No facial hair, male or female. No outside food or drinks. If they don't have pockets, they're not pants. And a newer rule teachers are stressing is no lining up in front of the door before the bell rings, or else you'll die. Thank you. Now for Dylan Parker's group with the movie segment.
Welcome to the Movie Dumpster, the segment of Tomahawk TV News where we, Austin and Dylan, tell you what's worth seeing and what's not.
With security at unprecedented levels, this isn't just a gathering of the world's most powerful leaders, it is the most protected event on Earth.
Welcome to London, Mr. President.
Directed by Babak Nahif and written by Cretan Rothenberg and Catherine Benedict, and starred by Gerald Butler, Morgan Freeman, and Aaron Eckhart. And the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, this movie depicts a terrorist attack on the city of London where the world leaders were meeting in an attempt to assassinate the world leaders all at once. The U.S. president, played by Aaron Eckhart, manages to escape with the help of Mike Banging, played by Gerald Butler, who is a Secret Service agent, and goes through the city running from a group of terrorists.
As they go throughout the city, more and more obstacles appear to try and stop their escape so the terrorists can capture the president and assassinate him on live TV in front of the world. The movie was good, but there were some things I wish they would have changed. For a terrorist attack, they seemed very chill about what was going on. They seemed like they were just chilling out with each other the whole time. I would have to say that it isn't as good as Olympus Has Fallen, but my opinion is that the movie was a decent movie, and I enjoyed watching it. I give it 3 Tomahawks out of 5, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for that movie review. Up next, we have Zach with Make It Gucci. Hey there, and welcome to Make It Look Trashy. I'm your host, Zach Boyd, and here with me is my day one, Connor Barrett.
So,
Today, we will be overviewing some of the best and worst outfits from these Oscars, men's edition. First off, I have to say, Pharrell, what are you thinking, man?
he looks like a sewer rat.
Like, is there a flood coming that no one knows about? And, like, no socks? That's just gross, dude. Feet, ew. That's just, ew. But I'll have to give it to Jared Leto. His outfit was pretty good, stylish, unique, and creative. I like the little rose as the bow. Not bad. Our next one is Michael Strahan, and I'm not going to say anything about your outfit because that big gap between your teeth is in the way.
Looks like Dale from the Dale Show.
I mean, it's pretty, like, they could be twins. Like, yeah.
You could hide a kid up there or something.
Oh, yeah. Now, Common, I like the all-white clean look. Suits you very well. see what I did there? Suits you, and he's wearing a
Yeah, you should stop talking.
a suit.
Forever.
Well, last, but certainly not least, is Leo! Finally, you won. Woo! Congrats. Oh, and I mean, you just had a regular tuxedo. It was pretty plain, like your whole career.
He looks like a discount James Bond.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with that. Well, that's it for this week's segment of Make It Trashy. Tune in next week for Not Zach Boyd. Thank you, Zach. That was quite Gucci. Up next, we have Madeline and Emily with your sports.
Hello, Nocona High School. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Madeline O'Neill.
Now, normally you don't see us on the sports segment, and there is a good reason why. It's because we know nothing about sports. We only watch it for the hot guys. Anyways, in national sports news, Peyton Manning recently retired from the NFL. Speaking of the NFL, what's up with the Niners benching Colin Kaepernick last season for Blaine Gabbert? Also in the NFL, with many rumors of Colin Kaepernick wanting to be drafted, a new team has announced of who might pick up the hot quarterback. First was the Jets, then the Browns, following up with the Texans, but now with Peyton Manning gone, the Broncos have announced that they are considering Kaepernick, but not only for his good looks, but unbelievable potential and skill. Now in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors set a new record for the most consecutive games won at home.
Wow, 45 straight wins at home?
Yeah. Too bad the Niners couldn't have this many wins at home since they benched Colin for Gabbert. So that's all we really know about sports and what's in the world today about them. So hopefully you won't see us next week on this sports segment, because I really hope we will be back on MLG, because that's where we should be, because we're really dumb at sports if you didn't catch it the first time. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Madeline O'Neill.
Signing off.
Surprisingly, Morgan is not lost in the whiteout section in Walmart. She is actually doing a segment, The Dale Show.
Yeah, it's Dale with The Dale Show.
Howdy there, folks. This here is Delilah. I am Dale's ex-girlfriend, cousin, and sister, and well, Dale's a little under the weather this week as he got into a pretty nasty fight with the mailman. And I'm here to teach you about cooking in his place. See, I learned how to cook back in the penitentiary when my ex-boyfriend's mailbox got crushed by his head. And I promise I had nothing to do with that, but of course I got all the blame because I did it once before or something like that. But anyways, I'm here to teach you how to cook sketty with Mexican marinara sauce. First you gotta put the noodles in the pot, like here, and then you put water on the noodles and you bring it all to a boil together. See, now that's not how they like you to do it, but this right here is the way they do it in prison. Well, anyways, you just gotta let it come to a boil and mix together. And while it's doing this, you gotta get out yourself another pot. Now see, I'm making this for Dale because he's a little under the weather right now. According to how he got a broken leg from a lawnmower, that mailman is a harsh man. So, what you want to do here is you're going to get yourself a spoonful of butter. The secret ingredient is butter, so you get yourself a heaping spoonful, you plop her in there, and you let her melt. Alrighty, so now we're going to turn this on little high, maybe kind of medium temp right there. And while all of this is cooking here, you got to make sure nothing's burning and sticking to the bottom. See, look at those nice noodles. They're getting real good and soft there. And while your butter's melting, you're going to want to get yourself your can opened. Now, the secret ingredient to our Mexican marinara is original rotel. It's diced tomatoes and green chilies. So what you do here is you just pop her open like that. See, in the penitentiary, they didn't allow us to use these, and well, we had to use our teeth because something about shanking each other or something. I don't know. I never did it. Other people did. One time I woke up in the middle of the night and I'd been shanked a couple times, but it's all behind me now. Now that my butter is over halfway melted, I'm going to stir in the rotel. Let those flavors simmer together and kind of marry in this pot. Looking very nice. So now that our noodles are done, I'm going to go drain the water out of it. Now we're just going to set that aside, turn this off. Okay. We're going to go back to our sauce here. Now that the mixture has been marrying together, we're going to add one last thing. I like to use French's tomato ketchup. Now really I don't have any measurements here, so we're just going to squirt some in here real nice and like, yeah. Now salt, no matter what the scientists say, is the best thing for you on the planet. Now I don't know what they say about vitamin C and stuff, but this is what makes you go. So now I'm going to take this on over to Dale. It's really going to make him feel better.
Thank you, Morgan. That was kind of gross. Up next, we have Macy with your video game segment.
Hello, I am not Dylan or Austin, but welcome to this week's edition of Tomahawk Gaming. This week, we are throwing back to a game we all played in our much younger days, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody Pizza Party Pickup. In this game, you play as one of the 4 original characters from the TV show, Cody, Zach, Maddie, or London. The point is to collect coins, snacks, balloons, and credit cards on various levels to make your pizza party the best one ever. All without getting caught by Carrie, Mr. Mosby, or the other characters. Get caught 3 times and you're out. This game requires extreme concentration and skill. You must know how to successfully navigate the mazes in order to collect the things that will make your party great. Now for gaming news. The new 3D Super Mario World released last week for the Wii U. Each character in this game has new, unique abilities that are sure to keep you on your toes. New puzzle elements and transformations were also added. That's it for Tomahawk Gaming. Check back next week.
Thank you, Macy. Up next, we have Cole and Jesus with your weekly viral.
Hello, and welcome to this week's new and improved weekly viral. As you can see, I'm not Connor or Jocelyn, so this segment just got this much better. I mean, we're basically building a wall between Connor, Jocelyn, and me, and I'm on the good side of the wall, and trust me, it's gonna be huge. To start this week off, we're going to throw it back to a couple years when Gibby's filmmaking skills weren't at the level they are today. That video is only a couple of seconds, but it might possibly be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Now here's little Jesus with his best Steph Curry impression.
Just like Kobe Bryant, Jesus' career is over.
Little Jesus, I love you, but you're not going to make it to the NBA. I'm sorry to break your heart. Now here's our half-wit video of the week. Oh no, that's not it. That's the wrong footage. I'm so sorry. Here, I think we're ready now. No, that's not it either. I should really fire our graphics guy. Here's our real video, hopefully.
Nathan, try it out, buddy.
Some people in this world just weren't born with enough brain cells. Speaking of that, here's Jimmy Fallon's impression of Donald Trump after a big Super Tuesday win.
Thank me. Thank me. Thank me very much. This has been an amazing night. We've already won 5 states, and it looks like we could win 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. Maybe 1 million states by the time the night is over.
Donald Trump running for president is both the best and the worst thing to happen to this country. On to the next, which happens to be my favorite part of this new weekly viral, the Game of Thrones appreciation video.
Winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Not to mention the new official trailer came out recently.
Order your man to step aside or there will be violence.
I choose violence.
Hashtag get hyped. Now that was awesome. Now it wouldn't be a show about videos if you don't have an adorable kid being pranked by their jerk parents.
Hi, Daddy. Hi,
So listen.
Okay. We're not at a broccoli farm.
Where are we?
We're at the circus.
Oh, I wanted to go with the broccoli.
Wait, Max, there's elephants.
It's the circus. No, I wanted to go to the broccoli farm. Oh
We just told you that so it could be a surprise. I thought you wanted to see elephants.
No, I didn't.
You don't want to see elephants?
Just take the dang kid to the broccoli farm. It's not that hard. I'm sure it's cost less than the circus anyways. Well, to round out the show, here's the only good thing Connor and Jocelyn did, the adorable animal of the week.
Don't eat my camera.
Those puppies were actually rescued after their mother went missing, which makes this video even better. Helping animals is an important issue today. Well, that's it for this week's Weekly Viral. And remember, Connor and Jocelyn, you're not that big of a deal. Oh, and what the heck, play that video of little Kieran as long as you need again. It gets me going.
The next day, and the next day.
Thank you, Cole. Next up, we have Kieran with your field report.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you can tell, I am not Sabrina Matthews with this week's field report. As part of the Tomahawk toss-up, I drew this card. And I got the opportunity to sit down with Macy Melton. You might know her as the Weather Girl. And we discussed her first year on stage in this year's One Act Play. Take a look. How long have you been involved with One Act Play?
I joined One Act Play my sophomore year as a sound technician.
What show did you do this year?
We did Alfred Hitchcock's The 39 Steps.
How did you end up getting on stage?
Not by will. They kind of came up to me and said, hey, nobody else is on stage and we kind of need another person. And I said, oh, I'll think about it, and I never considered it a big deal. And then they were like, no, really, we need you there. And I was like, okay. And I was really bad, really bad. It was very different and it was very hard at first, but everybody that I worked with had a lot of patience and that made it way easier, and they were very good. I loved it. It was amazing. I had so much fun and worked really closely with a bunch of really good people. If I had to go back and do it again, I would definitely do it. Every part of it. All the exhaustion and the staying up late and the memorizing lines and the stress of trying to get it just perfect, and I would do it over again in a heartbeat.
There you have it, folks. Thank you, Macy, for your interview, and thank you for watching. This has been Kieran Gibbs with your field report. You have a good day.
Thank you, Kieran, for that report. Next up, we have your Moment for Music segment, which is done by Alex Perez.
Hello, Nocona High School, and welcome to Moment for Music with me, Alex Perez. This week, we talk about music, but not just any kind of music, video game music. One of the biggest parts of games is the music that makes up the game's atmosphere, whether it's an intense boss fight, or a moment of calm. Music has a significant effect on setting the tone of games. One such game like this is Undertale. Undertale is a PC exclusive made by Toby Fox. Some may know him for his musical work in the webcomic series Homestuck. Apart from being one of the best games of 2015, Undertale is one of the only games on Steam to boast a great music tag. But why is the music in Undertale so great? Well, one of the reasons is how it shows the mood in such a unique way that you always know what type of situation you're in. For example, this is done in a boss fight by taking the context of the fight and interpreting that into music. Like in a fight where the boss is fighting with a strong intent to win, the music will be in an intense tone that shows this. However, the music can be changed to fit different atmospheres, like an empty and sad town. Music is an art, and as such, can be used to make the listener feel a variety of emotions. And video games like Undertale make the most of the music they have. This has been Alex Perez with your Moment for Music, signing off.
Thank you, Alex. Up next we have Sabrina with your Just Ask Zach segment.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's segment of Just Ask Zach. Obviously, I'm Luis Ojeda, and as you can tell, I'm not Zach.
Yeah, because Zach is actually funny.
Yeah, well, I can be funny too, Kiana. Now let's answer some questions. Our first question comes from @Rob_B asks, why is abbreviation such a long word? Well, because whoever made that word just wants to watch the world burn.
True story.
Our next question comes in from @Sabby asks, if we pronounce tamales like tamales, why don't we pronounce females the same way? Well, because if we did, then it would be famales and males would be mollies, and that's just bad.
That's just dumb.
Square up. Our next question comes in from @Key_Anna asks, why are you you? Well, because...
Well, we don't even know why she was born.
Hurtful. Our next question comes in from @Not_Samson asks, what did you think about the Deadpool movie? Honestly, I thought it was pretty good, and I'm pretty glad I didn't watch it with my boyfriend because that would have been awkward. Our last question comes in from @DrakeLover18 asks, why? Well, because why not? Well, that's it for this week's segment of Just Ask Zach. Please send in more questions at #JustAskZach on Twitter, and Zach will see you guys next week's Lady and Gent.
Good, because Zach is actually a whole lot better.
Hurtful.
This is Connor Barrett, and welcome to the weather for this week. Tell you what it's going to be like. Stick around instead of skipping through like every other week, because it's not the normal ginge back here. It's somebody that actually has something interesting to say for a change. That was mean. I'm sorry. Well, Sunday through Tuesday will be highs in the low to mid 80s, and the lows will be through the mid 50s. And going into Wednesday and Thursday, it will be partly cloudy, and the highs will be from the low 80s to the mid 50s. And it'll only have about a 15% chance of rain, so it'll probably be drier than Jocelyn's Twitter feed. Roasted. Okay. Friday, there will be a 50% chance of rain and thunderstorms. And last but not least, Saturday, there will be a 50% chance of rain. Why did you put Saturday last? Saturday is the best day. Don't talk while I'm talking. You're the cameraman. Well, anyway, thanks for watching the weather. It's pretty short, but hope you had some fun, learned some stuff. I'll see you next week on the Weekly Viral. Probably. Maybe not.
Welcome to Indian Insight, where I, E-Man, show you what's going on in our beloved school. This week, we travel across the street to Miss Crabtree's art classroom, where the students are participating in pottery projects. Miss Crabtree explains to us the step-by-step process to creating beautiful works of art. Here you see a student trying to center the clay and make it even and not as wobbly. The students throw the clay on a plate and use their hands to shape and mold the wet clay. The plate spins with a foot pedal below the machine.
Kaylee is working on centering her clay, trying to get it where it's not wobbly anymore. It starts out a little bit wobbly. You keep one hand flat on the top, flatten out the top, and one on the side to get a nice firm disc to start building your pot. That's called centering. Okay, Holt has already centered his clay, which means he had a hunk of clay that he threw onto the wheel. and got it nice and snug on there. Then he centered it by keeping his hands steady on the side and the top, and he made a flat disc. From there, he kept one hand on one side, and he went in and made a hole in the middle. And then he started pulling out to the side to create the sidewall, the bottom and the sidewall, and then he came up a little bit for the sidewall. So now he's just refining the shape of the bowl that he wants to create.
Will you give me a bigger piece of clay, because this is not good.
The students enjoy creating these clay masterpieces and have even entered some competitions. This pottery stuff reminds me of a romance novel where the guy and the girl do pottery together. We got a chance to look at some of the other wonderful artwork and some of the awesome pottery and painting skills of the students.
I'm decorating a bracelet bowl. You hold bracelets in there. Can you see it? Too many, man. You just put your bracelets around that thing. That's all.
Right now we're making a figurine, and basically I'm just smoothing it out to make it look good.
Miss Crabtree is very excited to see some of the students' work and enjoys spending her time teaching them how to master these skills. We even got a chance to talk to one of the students, Dylan Wilson, and he told us that what he likes about this class. We also got a chance to ask him about the molds that he has been working on and how all of that works.
I was, but that's probably when Lisa fell out of her
took
chair.
regular clay and watered it down extremely. That way it was liquidy enough to pour, and it wasn't just me. I had a friend of mine help also, but we ended up doing molds for to paint afterwards of things that are like perfectly made. This right here is an owl on a tree stump, and this is a cat. This is a bear, and then we have other things here, and they take about a week to dry. And yeah.
Here are some of the projects the students have been working on.
Oh, it is? Well, yeah, but you do it again. Is it loose? Now you do it when you first get it done, and then you do it again. So you can pull it off there now, and if you want to turn it over, it'll dry out that bottom part, because it's really good. Okay? All right, what are you working off this stuff?
That one's mine.
Hey, here, this.
That's it for this week's Indian Insight. Next week, Alex will be back, and we'll be back to normal.
Thank you for watching another Tomahawks TV News. I hope to see you next week.
Tomahawk TV News, Montague County's only newscast, coming at you from Nocona High School.